All right, let's take a look inside the Mercedes EQS. This is all a bit rushed because fighting off other journalists is like fighting wild animals. So, this obviously is where you want to be. I mean, it looks nice from the outside, but with all of this technical stuff going on, this is where it's happening. So first of all, I noticed this is actually quite comfortable. There's ventilation going on, which you can see here. This is where you can heat and cool your seat. So this is all typical Mercedes in the way you move everything. What isn't really typical Mercedes is everything here. It is a massive display, so you have the more common digital cockpit, as many manufacturers already have it. But then you can see everything that is going on here. I'm not sure if the camera can properly capture it. First of all, what is interesting is the massive size of it all. So compared to my hand, it's really quite large. And then let's see what we can see. So this is obviously like Einstellungen, which is just the typical information that you can have about your battery, how much is left, where it's going. This is the motor. Let's see the navigation. I always like to take a look at this to give you some idea how good the resolution is. And this is pretty impressive actually. Reaction times, yeah, they're quite fast. Although I would personally prefer the Google version. There's something that is just a little bit faster when you use Google. This display on the other side though, this is more of a gimmick, I personally think. Yes, it's nice to have, but you can see this is a compass. It doesn't really provide a lot of information, but I guess that's the luxury part of the car. Let's see, what else do we have? We have cup holders, which are probably very important for the American market. And a very large hole inside here where you can keep your separate arms, if you're the sort of person that does that. Now, on the outside, the car is designed to be very aerodynamic in many ways. So overall, the shape, well, some say it is not very exciting. It looks like a piece of soap because this is actually the most aerodynamic shape there is compared to a Lamborghini, which really isn't aerodynamic at all. And there are some details where you can see that this really is about airflow. And this is at the wheels, for example. So usually, if you get like a random wheel, you have a lot of surfaces that allow the air to sort of, well, create turbulence really. And this is designed to actually avoid turbulences and have a very smooth airflow. Obviously, the best thing would be to just have them closed completely. But for whatever reason, we don't really see that anymore ever since the 1930s, although I personally think it's kind of a cool thing. But this is all the wheel design that manages the airflow. And as far as the front is concerned, everything is very clean. You don't have any air intakes. You also don't have any fake air intakes. A lot of electric cars, they still want to look like they are normal internal combustion cars, but this is closed completely. So in many ways, the EQS actually is a transition into what modern car design will look like in many ways. No more open grills. This is just electric, and the design very much shows this. Let's just take one more look at the back to see how much space we have. Oh, this is kind of interesting as well. We can take a look. There's also screens for the rear passengers. You have almost the same amount of functions, not quite as many as far as driving is concerned, but as far as infotainment and entertainment is concerned, yeah, this is actually quite a nice place to be. As far as rear leg room goes, so I had the seat in my seating position, which is about 5'10"-ish. Yeah, this is good, but interestingly enough, I would say that a Mercedes S-Class has a lot more headroom than this. The design is kind of sleek, but you can see, well, this is not particularly great. Yeah, one more look maybe at the space in the back. Oh, here's an unimportant fact. This is one of the smoothest opening rear tailgates. And the space is massive. Yeah. I'm not sure how many people will actually use their EQS for transporting stuff, but if you want to, you can move a lot. Very nice.